Hello, I'm Leah. Faith is not in here right now. I thought I would do a little video about tips and tricks about what I do when I'm filming for Virtual ILHA Competition. I do a lot of things that has been very helpful for me, and I've noticed that there's a lot of new people coming in to do the virtual competitions and having lots of questions. So here are some just helpful things that you can do or not do that have been just very helpful for me. So the first thing I do when I'm setting up my arena is I start with my front cone is actually a 4-foot tall construction cone that David found that was thrown out because the base is a little broken. But it works perfectly fine. It sits here, it's not incredibly stable. I have to keep watching it because the base is broken. But it works great. I can really line up my video at a better angle, and I don't have to worry about this front cone not being in the frame, as it has to be at the beginning of the video. And I know it's there, and I can see it better when I'm coming around in a circle and know that I am on line in the center. The other thing I do to keep myself centered and make sure that my horse is centered is after I've got my front cone positioned halfway in my arena space, I position a center cone in the center of my work area. So you can see that one cone right there. There's another cone sitting to the side of it. I'll explain that in a minute. And then I set up my back cone as far against the wall as I can. And today I decided to try something new because I've been having trouble seeing that cone. In case you notice, I got these blue cones. I love them. I can see them better than the orange cones, and Faith doesn't seem to mind what the color is because she's looking more at me than she is at the cones. Quite often she stumbles over the cones, kicks the cones. She don't really care about the cones. These cones help me aim better. They really do. Then when I do an in-person competition, I have to deal with whatever cones are being used there, which is usually orange. But this is really great. I love these. So I got them on Amazon. So I have a fly sheet, a white fly sheet sitting on the back, draped in back of my cone back there, so it can be seen better. I think the judges would like that. I find it difficult to see it, so if I do, I'm pretty sure the judges find it difficult. So I really do like that. I think it'll show better on the video. So once I get my 3 cones lined up, I take a little spade and I drag a line in between the 3 cones as straight as I possibly can get it. Now, it's a little wobbly here and there, but you will be amazed at how this helps you keep the horse in center. And I've gotten much better centered stops right in the middle of my pattern area. It really does help. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is to draw 2 circles. And I do that with my little spade, my carriage whip, and this is a 15-foot long leash that actually is Lady's for her doggy training. And I have put a knot, I tied a knot at 9 feet into the leash, and then I tied a knot in the center. So I know that this is the center. I know the end of the leash to that second knot is 9 feet. So I have my leash. You can use a piece of rope that's at least 10 feet so you can tie knots. And what I do with this is I put it on the ground with the center knot right in the center of the cone that I have sitting there. Then I know where to put my outside cones right at the ends of my markers. Okay, now the knot is right in the center. So I'm going to take this cone, and on the inside of the cone is where the 9 foot should be. So I position that there. Then I position this cone on the inside of the cone, right at my 9 foot mark. So that should be very nicely positioned. Let me go check it in my camera on my video here. And that's very nicely positioned. My front cone is a little, that's because the bottom is, like I said, it's broken on the bottom. So let's see how that looks. Oops, that's worse. And oh, that's almost perfect. Nudge it over just a pinch. And just a pinch more. Okay, that looks really, really good. So I've got my center line. I don't need this anymore. Put this right here. Now I'm going to draw my circles. So to do this, I'm going to stand in the center where that cone was, and I'm going to reach out and find a center of the circle as far as I can reach. I found that using the carriage whip gives me a really good size circle so that I can plot my little circles and my large circles. So I'm going to put my spade, here we'll do this direction first. I'm going to put my spade about, 6 inches past the center line. And then I'm going to reach over here and see where the dangle on my carriage whip falls. Then I'm going to go draw myself an X. Right there. So that's my target of the center of the circle I'm going to draw. So I'm going to start right here, and I'm going to keep the dangle of the carriage whip right in the center of my mark, and I'm going to walk around a circle. Okay, there we go. There's a circle. Then I'm going to turn my spade this way and make a bigger mark. Okay, you should be able to see that pretty good on the video. Once we do a few patterns, that's going to get a little trampled by me and Faith, but and I can always stop and redraw it in between my filmings. But I found that this is a really good size for me. For the small circles, I try to get her right on that line, and for the large circles, she can go large out towards the wall, and she's still in frame. So I don't have to worry about her getting out of frame because there's a wall there. I love this. Okay, so I'm going to do the other circle, and then you'll be able to see how this looks. Okay, so I have my two circles. So the reason I do a bit of an overlap through the center of the cones is so that I can get Faith to do one or two steps right in the center. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't, but this gives me a really good way to aim for it. And so she watched some of my videos and you'll see what I mean. So I think we're pretty set. So I've got my cones, my two side cones, I've got my front and my back cone. All I need to do is show you what I've got behind the scenes here. So I'm going to take the camera down off the tripod so you can see that something else that I also do. So I've got my treats and my patterns, and I take a pattern and I make it into a bit of a shorthand, and I print it out on 10-inch by 17-inch paper so that I can see it, I can glance at it while I'm way over here. This really does help me remember what the pattern is. And you can make up your own shorthand. This is what I understand. I've got a bit of a breeze coming in from the window over here, the door that I opened to get some more light in here for filming. So I might put another thumbtack over on the side, but this works really great. I've got my treats over here, and my other patterns for the other classes I want to do, and some grooming things, and everything I need. It's just right there. So I need to get this camera back on the tripod exactly where I had it for lining it up, because I have to put it on the tripod a little past center, because my camera is actually over here on my phone. So I think that looks pretty good. All right, so I am going to, oops, I got a little past center. Here we go. All right, there we go. All right, so I hope all of these tips will help you in filming your classes for the virtual competitions for ILHA. And if you have any questions, you can private message me on Facebook. You can go look at my YouTube videos on Leah's Dog and Pony Show on YouTube. And you're welcome to ask me any questions. I will either give you an answer or I will try to find you an answer. Thanks.